You know what's crazy? Most people think they're poor because they don't make enough money. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You're probably not poor because of your income. You're poor because of 3 specific purchases you keep making over and over again. And the worst part? You probably think these purchases are making your life better. They're not. They're trapping you in a cycle that's almost impossible to break. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Let's start with the big one that absolutely destroys people's finances: buying a new car, or worse, leasing one. Here's what happens. You're making maybe $50,000 a year. You feel like you've made it because you got a promotion or a new job. So what do? You walk into a dealership and sign up for a $600, $700, maybe even $900 monthly payment on a vehicle that loses 20% of its value the second you drive it off the lot. Think about that. You just agreed to pay $700 a month for something that immediately became worth $8,000 less than what you paid for it. That's not a purchase, that's financial self-destruction. But it gets worse. That $700 payment? That's just the beginning. Now you need full coverage insurance because the bank requires it. That's another $200, $300 a month. Premium gas? Add another $200. Higher maintenance costs because it's a newer, more complex vehicle? There's another $100 to $150 monthly when you average it out. Suddenly, that $700 car payment is actually costing you $1,200 to $1,400 every single month. On a $50,000 salary, you're taking home maybe $3,200 a month after taxes. You just spent 40% of your take-home pay on a depreciating asset. Here's what wealthy people do instead. They buy reliable, used cars with cash. A $12,000 Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla will get you from point A to point B just as effectively as that $45,000 SUV. But instead of a $700 monthly payment, you have $700 monthly that could be invested. Over 30 years, investing that $700 a month at a conservative 8% return turns into $1 million. $1 million! But you traded it for a car that's worth $5,000 after 6 years. The new car trap keeps you poor because it's not just about the money you spend, it's about the wealth you never build. Purchase number 2 is more subtle, but it's just as deadly. Subscription services and recurring lifestyle expenses. Let me paint you a picture. You've got Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, HBO Max, and Spotify. That's $70 a month right there. Then there's your gym membership you haven't used in 4 months, $50. The meal kit service that seemed like a good idea, $120 a week, so about $500 a month. Your phone plan with unlimited everything, $100. iCloud storage, $3. That meditation app, $15. The productivity software you bought to optimize your life, $25. Are you starting to see it? These little purchases add up to $750 plus every single month. That's $9,000 a year on subscriptions and services that you probably don't even use half the time. But here's why this is so insidious. Each individual purchase seems reasonable. $15 a month for unlimited music? That's just 50 cents a day. The gym is an investment in your health. The meal kit saves you time. They're all justifiable. That's exactly why they're so dangerous. These companies have figured out the psychology perfectly. They charge just little enough that you don't feel the pain of each individual purchase. But they set up automatic billing so you never have to make the decision to spend money again. It just disappears from your account, month after month, year after year. Meanwhile, wealthy people are ruthless about recurring expenses. They audit their subscriptions quarterly. They cancel anything they haven't used in 30 days. They understand that $100 a month in unnecessary subscriptions for 30 years is $139,000 in lost wealth at 8% returns. The subscription trap keeps you poor because it creates a baseline of expenses that feels normal, but is actually optional. Every dollar that automatically leaves your account is a dollar that can't be invested in your future. Now here's purchase number 3, and this is the one that people fight me on the most. Daily, small luxuries. I'm talking about the $7 coffee every morning, the $15 lunches 5 days a week, the $60 dinner DoorDash orders twice a week because you're too tired to cook, the $50 you spend at Target every time you go in for just one thing, the $200 bar tab on Friday night, the $100 you spend on clothes every couple weeks because you deserve it. None of these feel significant in the moment. That's the whole problem. You're not buying a car, you're buying a coffee. What's the big deal, right? Let me show you the big deal. That $7 coffee every workday is $140 a month, $1,680 a year. Buying lunch at $15 every workday is $300 a month, $3,600 a year. DoorDash twice a week at $60 is $480 a month, $5,760 a year. We're at $11,000 a year just on coffee, lunch, and occasional delivery. But you're not thinking about it annually, you're thinking about it daily. And daily, it feels insignificant. Here's what wealthy people understand. Small luxuries are fine as intentional treats. The key word is intentional. When you're buying that $7 coffee because it's habit, because you're running late, because everyone else is, because you need it to function, that's not a luxury, that's a tax on your lack of planning. Wealthy people make coffee at home and bring lunch because they understand something crucial. Being rich isn't about what you can afford today, it's about what you're building for tomorrow. That $11,000 a year on small luxuries invested for 30 years at 8% becomes $1.36 million. You traded $1.36 million for convenience and habit. Here's what nobody tells you. These 3 purchases together, the car, the subscriptions, the small luxuries, they're not just expensive, they're wealth prevention devices. That $700 car payment, $750 in subscriptions, and $900 in small luxuries is $2,350 a month. Over 30 years invested at 8% returns, that's $3.4 million. You're not poor because you don't make enough. You're poor because you're spending your future wealth on present comfort. The hard truth is this: wealth isn't built by what you earn, it's built by what you keep and invest. Every dollar you spend on these 3 categories is a dollar that can't compound for your future. The choice is yours. You can keep making these purchases and stay exactly where you are. Or you can make different choices and build actual wealth. But you can't do both. What's it gonna be?